Well, Reg SCI is Regulation System Compliance and Integrity Act. And what it really is an attempt to do is to try to impose a regulation on what are called SCI organizations, which are the major venues, major clearinghouses, and it also extends into the broker-dealers that run automated trading systems, ATS venues, and also plan processors as well. So those are the firms that are covered by Reg SCI. And the goal was to improve the overall system quality, the overall resiliency of the overall market infrastructure, and have a way of auditing and reporting on that. And the regulation was approved in November 2014, and the firms that were identified as SCI firms, which are roughly about 40 organizations, the major venues, ATSs, and also the clearinghouses, both OCC and DTCC, had to be compliant with that as well. And it was in effect in November 2015. And now the next step will be actually the audits by the SEC of compliance with Reg SCI. I think what Reg SCI in essence is what's known as a management system. And a management system defines the required processes, the reporting, and the management structure to achieve a desired outcome. And in this case, it's highly resilient, highly available markets. And people are probably most familiar with the management system known as ISO 9000, which was a quality management system. It was very important in the resurgence of manufacturing in the industry in the 1980s and 1990s. We've seen a number of other management systems come into play at an international level. Important ones are ISO 27001, which is about security management, and also the ISO 22301, which is about resiliency, which pertains to business continuity and planning. So the SEC began in 1989 with a voluntary program called the Automated Review Program, or ARP. And the SEC, it was very laid back. The SEC would either visit on an annual basis or have a teleconference with the entities, the venues, the clearinghouses, just to ensure what they were doing with their systems and what they were doing in terms of change control, testing, and that type of thing. What Reg SCI does now is makes that program actually mandatory, but more importantly, imposes actual changes in the management and operation of what are the SCI entities. The deadline for compliance was November 2015, but the SEC is just now, with their audit process, starting to look at the compliance of the SCI entities with the regulation itself. So it's going to be very interesting to see if we have an SEC that agrees with our senior executive that the industry's quite a bit different. We have more redundancy built in place, and it's a much more resilient system. So maybe the reporting levels are fine, or will we see an SEC that will take some action in terms of against SCI entities and require penalties or other actions with their compliance. So I think the real story on SCI may yet occur this year when we start to see the results of these various audits of the SCI entities.